Welcome to the Virto Password Reset and Recovery web part video review. This web part allows any user logged in to the Sharepoint portal using Active Directory authentication to reset his password without detecting administrator. New temporary password will be shown online or sent to email box according to the web part configuration. This web part is used for quick and simple resolving of situations when a user forgets his password or the password is expired according to password security policy. If there is no such a tool, user must contact his Active Directory or administrator every time he needs to change the password. How the web part works. For example, let's imagine the following situation. Sharepoint site uses Windows authentication and users' profiles are stored in Active Directory. A user tries to log on to Sharepoint site of his company, but he has forgotten the password. He needs to change his password and enter the site. The solution. This user cannot log on to Sharepoint site, but he can navigate on site with anonymous access, created by Sharepoint administrator before, and use Virto Password Reset web part installed on it. As a result, the user receives his password for access to Sharepoint site. To implement the solution and make it possible for Sharepoint users to reset their password when they cannot log on to Sharepoint site, the following actions must be done. Sharepoint site with anonymous access should be created. Virto Password Reset web part should be installed on site. Sharepoint users must be informed about the site existence or automatic redirect for wrong password cases can be adjusted. And last, Virto Password Reset web part must be adjusted. Security question or email option. Now let's have a look at the administration of web part. Click on Edit if you want to adjust the web part. Choose Edit web part. You can choose between two authentication modes and two ways of working with password. The first one, request a new password on the site online. Another one, by email. According to security policy, in the first case, before the password changing, user will be offered to answer some secret questions from 1 to 3. These secret questions are set by system administrator and the values are taken from the corresponding fields from Active Directory profile, for instance, date of birth, mobile phone, and so on. In case of successful verifying, the option of password reset will be available for this user. As soon as he activates it online, he will see his new temporary password. Password security policy defined in Active Directory is applied for generating the password. In case of email password recovery, user must enter his login and email address to receive the new password too. Then the message about user's password request and suggestion to confirm or decline the reset will be sent to this email address. If the reset is confirmed, one more email message with new password will be sent. Pay attention to the fact that the new password is temporary and it's required to change it to a constant one. This can be done with the help of system administrator or Virto Password Change web part. Thus, in case of both web part installation, you will have the complex solution for Sharepoint password management. If you define page public link, external users will be able to reset password and receive a new one with using this public link. If you want to use security questions for password reset, you should define them from 1 to 3 and point corresponding Active Directory fields that contain answer information. The system will define if users' answers match the values of corresponding Active Directory fields. You can see some examples here. You can also set some password properties as well as administrative options. Let's look at the password reset by means of email. Type your username and the email. Now we can see our new password. Because we choose to show password to user and used email address password reset option. how we got the letter. You can download fully functional 30 days trial version from the VirtoSoftware website. Thank you for the attention.